Our Spring Sports 80 podcast starts today, and we're talking all things Mariemont Warriors with Coach Tom Nerl. Coach, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well, Rob. A nice week off for spring break. Whether people went anywhere or not doesn't really matter. It's kind of good, a good week to get out and recharge. So we made the drive back from the Sunshine State yesterday. Have you ever been to Buc-ee's along the
Oh my
highway?
God, is that an experience or what?
Oh, I pull. There's
How
what
long did you have to wait to get off the exit?
Oh, not at all. There one in Richmond. I mean, they keep them moving in and out, but I mean, holy cow. I mean, just first of all, just the amount of gas they must go through the cell, but then you walk in, it's like jungle gyms on steroids. And then
That's so perfect.
and then you hit it at dinner time. So you gotta get something to eat and they have food all over the place. And
Oh,
I think I can smoke a pretty good brisket, but oh my God, I don't know if I ever tasted heaven before. But their brisket sandwiches with barbecue sauce on there. I may not stop thinking about that thing all day. I may sneak out and just run down there and get another one.
hey, where'd Tom go? He's in Richmond.
Yeah, he went down to Bucky's. Oh, I was just hoping it would like drip on my face or something so I could Scooby Doo it and lick it all off. I mean, it was incredible. So
So you all the spring teams don't schedule over spring break, so you guys you actually take a spring break, which is nice.
yeah, it took a while to get used to that. Years of being in Catholic schools and coaching baseball, and it took some getting used to. And like every other year, our baseball team will go down to the Ripken complex in
Sure. Myrtle.
yeah, down in Myrtle, and they do such a great job. And we couldn't get in this year. I mean, I think we called down there the first week and they were already booked, so we'll have to do that earlier. And that's usually the extent of my spring trip, but kind of a longer one this year. And it's nice to take some time off, get away, and even if you're in town and just to get away from things for a while. And we kind of missed some game weather last week and trying to figure out what it's going to do today. So obviously it's April 1st because all the game changes start up.
Yes,
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do. But wow, what a good week. And
it's great.
I'm just going to probably say Bucky's randomly throughout the broadcast
Yeah,
today.
I
Just
need to get you a little banner or something and send
so
it to you to
good.
put on your wall just to
I
keep
need
you.
I I need to get that blow up Bucky and just stick it outside my office in the hallway. Just
Uh,
give it up there. What's wrong
So,
with Nerl? Oh
all
no.
right, let's dive in here. Let's talk baseball. They
Yeah,
open the season today
they do.
against Clark Montessori, and they may, if the thunderstorms stay away with that full field turf at Florence Shaw Stadium at 5 p.m., I think they might get it in.
And I think they will. They had a good preseason, good 3 good games in the preseason to find out and just to face someone else. But I think you're right today with that turf at Florence Yalls and very fortunate to have them let us use that field today. But baseball team has a full week staring at them. They've got they're at Yalls today. They've got Fayetteville tomorrow, weather permitting, with the varsity going away and the JV being home. Indian Hill on Wednesday, varsity going up to play on their turf, and JV's at home. Thursday it's Seven Hills, a varsity home, JV away, and then Friday they'll play in the first pitch game for the Reds program
For the
over at their
futures.
youth
Yeah.
academy. Yeah, the Red Showcase. So that'll be fun for them on Friday. But really looking to get after it. Our basketball players, Daniel Bronson, Pierce Hanser, Tanner Letton, they have an extra week to recover from that long basketball season. So they're looking to get after it. Sam Hill back on the roster. Bronson was an all league player last year.
Right.
Hunter Metz, Andy Rapp, JP Whittaken, JP Bortz, those guys looking to get back after it. And it's going to be a challenge that first week. I know Indian Hill went south and had a good tournament, so get a little running start here and see what the baseballers can do.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, hopefully they get the majority of those games in this week. It
Yeah,
looks iffy tomorrow, but other than that, it looks like they should be able to play. So best of luck to them
thank you.
starting the opening week of the high school season. Let's go. Let's talk lacrosse. We'll start boys lacrosse first.
Okay.
Looks like they've got four. I can't tell. Is it four under their belt that are official?
Yeah, it should be four. I think our website's showing three, but they had the first game with Louisville Collegiate that was a win, and then three tough ones. And so
Yeah.
the back line of defense needs to tighten up a little bit. And we just turned the ball over too much at this point, and kind of a younger team, and so those mistakes are made. And a couple of those games, coach noted that we had more turnovers and shots on goals. But
And that's
it's
uncharacteristic for a Warrior team.
yeah, it really is. Just the early season and playing some tough opponents early on. But Coach P usually gets them sorted out, and he never panics. And Stuart Wells and has been hot shooting for us early on. He leads with 8 goals, and Talon Vianello doing it on both sides with 4 goals and 5 assists, and Vince Fiorina, and having a freshman in the goal with RJ Nachioni. So he's cutting his teeth pretty quick. We've got a couple of schedule changes this week. The JV games have been canceled on Wednesday and Saturday. So Wednesday's game will be youth night. It'll be a 7 p.m. start.
Okay.
Varsity only at 7:30. It was 7:30, and going up to Bishop Waterson, that's always a tough game because we usually see them in the postseason.
Sir.
And that'll be varsity only at 2 o'clock at Waterson, and then on the Eclipse Day on Monday, it'll be a 7:30 start at Kings. We canceled JV just because the back end of the Eclipse.
Right.
Just there's going to be a lot of traffic and stuff on Eclipse Day, so people trying to get to Dayton and back, trying to get the full view of it. So we've canceled pretty much everything on Monday except for that boys lacrosse game, and get back after it. So yeah, hopefully they can find the winning ways, cut down the turnovers, and get the scoring back up, and get back on track.
Coach will get that figured out. You know, one
Yes,
thing I've never asked you, you and I are both baseball guys,
yeah.
and I've always wanted to ask you this. If we had lacrosse back in the day, would you would have considered playing lacrosse? Because it's pretty exciting, Tom.
No,
Nope.
no, too much running, too much running for me. I mean, I wasn't always this physical specimen that I am now. That's why I was an offensive, defensive lineman, and and a catcher in baseball. So yeah, I wasn't built for speed, but yeah, what those guys do, and
Pretty
it's
exciting, isn't it?
well, it is. We had a boy playing here. His older brothers had played, and I was AD, and I would watch this kid run around and throw with a stick, and he was in junior high. And I said, "You ever play baseball?" And he goes, "No, I like it because it's just not for me." I was like, "Oh, well, I'm not asking you to play." I was like, I just wonder if you ever played. And he said, "No, I couldn't hit." I was like, "You can't hit." I said, "You can run down the field full steam and catch a ball in that, on the end of that stick, basically in that small net, and you can't hit a baseball standing still." He goes, "No, I couldn't." I was like, I just thought that was amazing, just the different skill sets and all that. But yeah, with what they do, and now the skill level with what they do, I mean, behind the back and everything else, shooting high, shooting low, and on both sides, boys and girls, very skilled. But yeah, it's a very exciting game, and I might like the part of running down the field and whacking somebody with a stick. Um, but yeah, too much running for me. So
Got it.
yeah,
It's
and they're really having problems with officials. So,
yeah.
again, we see that officials crunch throughout the city, but and there's games being moved and changed, and because we don't have enough officials right now. So I think they're down to 60 officials to call the high school games in the area. So
That's not
hopefully that
enough.
gets rectified. Yeah.
Let's go over to the girls' side.
Yeah.
Let's see. They can't. It's hard to
They're
tell.
two and one.
They're
Yeah.
yep. And then
And
they
they,
have looks like their next game this week is CHCA on Thursday, and then
yep.
Kilbourne on Saturday. So
Yeah. Yeah.
two tough
They'll get
matches.
back after it. They take their time getting back with it, but CHC will be a good challenge for them. They lost right before break, the Thursday before break to Kings. It was a 13-12 game, or 12-13, is if you follow me on Twitter. Overtime loss to Kings. It was back and forth, and late in the fourth quarter, I guess we went up 2 goals and had a shot to go up three, which probably would have been a backbreaker for Kings. But Kings is really good this year, and they've really improved. But just what a game to go back and forth right before break. So hopefully we don't have to face them again. Laura Black, she's leading our scoring with 11 goals. Charlotte Solar has 6 assists and 15 controls in the face-off. So Yeah, we're looking to get back with that, and CHC will be a good challenge for us on Thursday, and then Kilbourne coming down basically on a spring trip for them, bigger schools. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do on Saturday.
Well, best of luck to them as they get things cranked up, and I'm sure another successful season. Coach, I understand you're back managing again,
Yeah,
talking girls softball, that you're back filling out lineup cards.
filling out lineup cards. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting year. Like I said, we'd like to get some of these early season one in to see what we have before we jump in to the league games. Kind of a split review in our scrimmages last week. A win over Purcell Marion, a loss at a very good Goshen team, and Goshen being D1, and a lot of the girls play year round, and they're really good. But we think we're going to be okay. Just like baseball, it's as far as the pitching carries you. We got Cameron Martin coming back this year on the mound, and also look to get her more at bats than she had last year. We also have Kendall Barclay, who's going to throw for us. Evie Metz, who just picked up the game last year, is going behind the plate for us this year. She's doing a great job early on behind the plate. And then we also have Ainsley Kutcher, a freshman, kind of plays everything, and has really had a hot bat early on. And she said, "Yeah, I'll try pitching," and can really find the zone. So if we don't get too far behind in the count on pitching, I think we'll be all right. We bring Bella Mason back at shortstop. Bella's also a volleyball player, but
Mm-hmm.
very talented softball player. She's all league last year. I think she knocked a one or two off the fence against Purcell, and then we bring Peyton Kiambo in at second base, Jocelyn McDougal, and she's back at first base. Grace Winders out in left field. Allie Hill's going to see a lot of time for us in center field. And then the other people already talked. And we've got 14, 15 girls on this roster, and which is up from last year. And we're young. Bella is the only senior, and Evie is the only junior. And so we're going to get these other ones to keep playing. They're buying in. They're working hard. They're doing a great job. So it's been fun so far. Like I said, we'd like to get these games in this week just to see what we have. But it's busy for us. We've got New Miami today at home.
Yes.
We're at Northwest tomorrow. Indian Hill on Thursday at home. Indian Hill on Friday, and then a doubleheader with Cincinnati Christian on Saturday. Two out there, two 5 inning games. So we're either going to wear out but we're not going to rust out. And it's fun so far. I've really enjoyed it.
Good.
They're a good bunch to work with. It's softball's a little different, but we're figuring out most of the rules, and the ones that we can't figure out will break. So it's all right.
How
Um,
is umpires for softball? A decent pool of enough umpires so far for softball?
I think there is. We haven't got any notifications that we're scrambling for softball umpires. Like in the same way with baseball. Your JV games, most of them will have one umpire.
Sure.
But the varsity seems to be covered with two, and it's a fast game. If you ever listen to Chick over on WLW, and he's a softball umpire, he calls it baseball on steroids, and it's a fast game. There's a lot of action. I mean, you get on the bases and go, and it's been fun, and
That's
it's
great.
just kind of fun coaching it too. With the younger players. I mean, we got girls walking around, walking in school with their backpacks and a bat or two in their bags, which we haven't seen for a while. So they're pretty intent on it, and I think it's going to be fun. So
Yeah.
looks like the sky's clearing up. Maybe we get one in today.
Hopefully you do, and best of luck to you and the team
Mhm.
as a busy week starts off, and hope things go well there. The next two sports we're going to talk about kick off this week. Let's start first on the hard court. Talk boys tennis.
Yep. Yeah, they've got a busy week, so they've got Milford on Wednesday with the varsity home JV away, and Harrison is going to be varsity at Harrison and JV home. But a few talented players coming back. Tom Anderson and Ryan Glassmeyer, they lead the way for us. Tracy Glassmeyer, who's been our junior high coach the last number of years, will take over as a head coach of the team this year. And Tracy does a great job, very, very knowledgeable, works the boys very well. They've had 3 good weeks of the preseason to get ready before spring break. So a lot of up and comers on that team. I have 14 kids on the team overall, so good numbers, and we think we have some talent back to make it a little bit of run in the postseason. So we'll find out starting Wednesday.
Sounds good. Best of luck to them. Tom, do you think pickleball will ever be a high school sport?
Oh, I don't see why not. We seem to be adding everything else. I think the only problem you would run into with pickleball would be just court time.
Mhm.
I think that's one reason why boys and girls tennis are opposite seasons because there's limited courts, and then if you throw pickleball in,
Yeah,
uh,
I didn't think about that.
courts or anything else. But I'm sure, like anything else, it'll work its way down. I don't know how many of the younger athletes play it, but that's a good transition to pickleball. I know the courts in our area are lined for pickleball, so
And they're
um,
always full. I mean,
yeah,
whenever I go down to National Exemplar Meos, man, there's always adults playing pickleball in the evening.
yeah, they are. So and it's a great job they did on those courts this year. So we're fortunate to have them here. But you never know. I mean, they've got bass fishing in Kentucky, so
That's right. You're right.
who knows what's next? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's wrap up. Let's talk track and field. I know they start this week. What's the
Yeah,
latest on track and field, coach?
yeah, we're at Madeira on Wednesday in the Madeira Invitational, and then next Tuesday we're at the Indian Hill Relay. So a couple good meets here to get started. We've got, of course, some runners back on the girls' side. Caroline Buck and Grace Maverdoglu are distance people, and Margaret Griesmer is back with that bunch as well. We've got a big senior group with our track athletes this year. Very large senior group, 20 plus seniors, I guess, on track. So
Wow, it's
it's
great.
gonna fill the fence up when we put those senior banners up, yeah. And on the boys' side, you got Ben Fonstock, of course, who went to state for distance and cross country, but also Neil Abbott and Louis Barber, Caleb Ching, um, Eli Ching, Caleb Chen, and Caleb Erickson. Lawson Wade's going to come out, so he'll be our first field guy in a while, throwing shot and disc, and then Ben Webster as we start the season. So, Coach Dragovich is really excited about what we have coming back. Some of our relays are really going to challenge in the running. So we'll find out tomorrow. Hopefully, good weather. I mean, that's Madeira's always hit and miss with that one. Hopefully, they get good weather to start the season off right and just get things going. Yeah.
Sounds great. Well, best of luck to them in this season. Best of luck to all the spring sports teams, and we'll touch base next week and get everybody up to speed on the latest results. But before we sign off, we lost one of our colleagues a few weeks ago, tragically, and I know you wanted to say just a brief word about Mark Harden from Sycamore.
Yeah, Mark, what a great guy, and I knew him well enough to work with him. Didn't know him all that well, but for years when he was at Fairfield, he would host our girls tournament up there, and then at Sycamore did a lot of things, pretty much rebuilt their facilities up there. But what a tremendous guy, great family guy. I know he would always be at his kids' game whenever he could get out and watch them play, and just well respected. As Scott Kaufman said, he was always the guy to say the right word at the right time or the wrong thing at the right time when it was needed, to keep to keep the conditions right. But such a loss for his family. We were fortunate to host the Aviators last week or before break on lacrosse. I think it was their first match back, and they appreciate being out. We appreciate being able to host them and honor Mark that time. So our thoughts and prayers are still with not only that community but their family. So
Right.
I hope they're doing well in this time.
Yeah, good words. Good words, Tom. Well, listen, have a great week. Good luck to your softball team. Hopefully you get that in tonight, and we'll touch
Yeah.
base next week and talk all things Mariemont sports.
Will do. Maybe I'll sneak down to Bucky's and bring a barbecue sandwich back to
Get an
eat
extra
on
one from me.
Bucky's. Yeah. I'll eat one for you.
Thanks, Tom.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks, Rob.